Well, these three lures just get it done for me again and again and again. When I sat down to make this video and I was planning it out, I really had a hard time deciphering, okay, what lures am I going to pick? Ones that I've done well in tournaments in the past, ones that have worked great for me for years in all kinds of bodies of water, or a combination of both. So I decided to go with the last one there. And before I get into my three, definitely put your three top lures of all time down below in the comments. I cannot wait to read them and see, is there some overlap, or do you have three completely different ones? Well, number one for me has got to be the jig. And I'm going to kind of squeeze in there the swim jig as well, but man, I'm a huge finesse jig angler. I love to use that 1/4 ounce size, and most of the time I got a twin tail grub trailer on there, sometimes a craw trailer, but that twin tail really gets it done for me. And I've got such a fond memory going back to the first check I ever cashed for big bass on Bull Shoals Lake many years ago, probably pushing 20 years ago. And ever since that point in time, boy, that jig's got a warm spot in my heart for sure. And it's kind of amazing considering I was a terrible jig angler for a long time. I like it because you can catch them on the drop, crawl it on the bottom, swim it, it doesn't matter, it's a good one. Number two for me is probably got to be the square bill crankbait. Once again, I've done really well in some tournaments with this lure, and it's just a bait that gets those fish to react, and I always have got square bills nearby, and I've caught fish on this thing in just about any body of water I've ever been to. You know, may not always be the perfect conditions for a square bill, but boy, I can go ahead and get it done with that lure. If you take a look at this one right here, it was absolutely destroyed on a recent trip of mine. Between the bass just annihilating it and then bang it around in the riprap, it's just got that perfect look to it. And I think it's time to retire this guy and hang it up on that wall of honor. And number three for me has now probably got to be the drop shot rig, and I still feel like I was the last angler on the planet to embrace this rig. And I know that's a rig, not a lure, but 99% of the time I'm using the Baby Z2 on this thing, so I'm going to kind of wrap it up in, you know, one and the same. But the drop shot, I can fish deep with it, shallow with it, straight vertical, cast it out, bring it back horizontal. It's just one of those rigs and presentations that catches fish, and I just have an extreme amount of confidence in that. So if I had just three rods with those three lures, I know that pretty much any place I go, I can probably make something happen because they're very versatile, very efficient, and probably most importantly, I have a lot of confidence in them. So hey, what are your top three? Drop them down below. And if you'd want to watch a video on the Power Shot rig, which is just a slight variation on the drop shot, go ahead and check this one out right here. And make sure to go out and encourage someone today. You never know how you might just change their life. For the Bass Fishing Life, I'm your host, Steve Rogers.